Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your relationship reading for the month of January. This is a reading specifically for our Scorpio couples, just to touch base and check in with the type of energies that we are working with this month. And right now, the type of energy that you are bringing into this relationship right now is the Queen of Swords, which is all about this. It's very interesting as we move through your cards, but the energy that you're bringing into this is the Queen of Swords. So this has to do with taking charge. This has to do with your assertiveness. This also has to do with being very honest and direct. You're very intelligent, also extremely intuitive. When you're in a relationship with somebody who identifies with the Queen of Swords, there's a side to the Queen of Swords which can be described as rather prickly, so to speak. The delivery of the way you say things or the delivery of your truth can often be misunderstood because it is given with such straightforwardness and to the point. And people can, construe that as often being maybe insulting. However, you speak your truth in a way, like your motives behind the way you speak your truth are in order to make a situation better. Your intentions are very good, but you're also a no nonsense, type person. Now, we do have the Eight of Swords, which represents where you are now in regards to this relationship. And I feel that, when we're dealing with the Eight of Swords, this has to do with a feeling of being trapped, stuck where you are, not really being sure of which direction to take this. Now, it's really interesting because we are in Capricorn season, which in the major arcana is represented by the Devil card. And so this has to do with, our shadow side and working through our different shadows. And often when we're dealing with that, we have a feeling of being stuck. But this feeling of being trapped is actually extremely healing medicine because it's making you work through things that no longer serve you. And you can either walk a path of you can actually walk in a path of grace in regards to these feelings, or you could walk a path of resistance, which will keep you further in this space. Okay, this is kind of like blessing those feelings and then walking with it so that you can work through it. Okay, now where you'd like to take this relationship is the Hermit. So this has to do with a lot of introspection and reflection. The feelings, and it's very interesting, as I said in the beginning, because we have the Queen of Swords who's very direct and very honest. However, we have the Hermit. So this makes me feel like you're doing a lot of processing and keeping this to yourself until you feel like you have some sort of resolution and or solution in regards to the space that you're in regards to the Eight of Swords. Okay, now where your partner's at, or the energy that they're bringing to this relationship, is the World. They're in a much different, the energy that they're bringing into this relationship is very different. It's very open and well-rounded, and this could indicate that maybe this individual has a lot more relationship type experience that they're bringing into this situation, or maybe this could even indicate their outlook, like everything's going to work out, things are going to come full circle. Now, where they're at in regards to this relationship is the Six of Swords, which has to do with Six of Swords is very interesting because it has to do with maybe being presented with a situation that's often rather unpleasant. And it also has to do with, I think it complements this whole Capricorn season very well. It's a transition, moving into something better or walking away from something that no longer serves you and walking into a light, a situation that will benefit this individual for the long run. So you guys are going through a bumpy time. But Capricorn season in general can really be, difficult because it has to do with addressing our shadows. And it looks like, these shadows are coming out throughout this relationship right now. And that's okay. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's a time of healing so that we can move forward. Okay. Now we do have the Knight of Cups, which touches on what direction this individual would like to take this relationship. Now, this person wants to change things, okay? This person wants to move forward in a direction. However, this person in the energy that we're working with within the Knight of Cups, this is a very slow transition, okay? And I think that this has to do with exercising patience in regards to the situation that you're going through. And I think that, if you want this relationship to move forward, you're going to have to step outside this hermit sort of mentality, this introspection and reflection, and maybe keeping things to yourself and express the things that's going on with you so that this person can have an understanding. This person wants things to change for the better. Okay. Now, we do have the Page of Cups, which represents the way that you see him or her. And this indicates, maybe a starting point, somebody that you can continue to move forward with, somebody that you can build a family with, or continue on that path with this individual, okay? This could also indicate maybe seeing this person as somebody who looks at the world with rose-colored glasses, so to speak, and doesn't necessarily always see the clear picture, or somebody who has a very innocent point of view, which could also be viewed as maybe a lack of maturity or maybe innocence. I think that's better, and not so much a lack of maturity, but again, just not necessarily always seeing the clear picture. But again, this is somebody who you want to continue to pursue things with. Now, the way this person sees you is the Tower. So there's been a shift with you, okay? And this person recognizes that, and this can indicate that it was a very sudden shift, which, after the shift, there's really no turning back. And this person recognizes this. And again, this touches on the devil and being in Capricorn season. I know there's no devil card here, but we're in Capricorn season, so the devil's present. We're dealing with the shadows. The Tower is shaking off all that shit that the devil, has a hold on us with, and they're getting rid of it. So this is you, and this person sees you making this transition and working through these things so you can get out of this Eight of Swords type of place. Now, the outcome is the Seven of Swords. And it's very interesting because we have the Hermit, again, introspection, reflection, keeping things within. I think that, this really touches on certain things coming to light and being able to see the clear picture. And this touches on, sorting out what's real and what isn't, and opening up the platform for an open discussion. This has to do with a revealing of things. So, this tells me that this Hermit energy is going to be, you're going to step out of it, and that there's going to be some sort of open communication. And I think as far as the direction of this relationship, it's really dependent on you as to whether or not you want to move forward. It looks like your partner's completely present and ready to move forward with you, and for the better, as represented in the Six of Swords. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.